Flat Earth British, Martin speaking. Oi oi oi, welcome, welcome to my channel. Guys, 8,000 subs, thank you so much, 8,000 plus at this stage. I would love to have been posting earlier in the week, but I haven't been able to, okay. The situation is the Matrix is dragging me back, kicking and fucking screaming, people. I do not want to play. After being Flat Earth British, there's no place for me in it all, I found. But unfortunately, I have not been able to do any research or work at all on Flat Earth, because basically my days are now basically wasted. Completely and totally wasted, running around trying to survive and get by. Just hustling. Fucking nightmare. I want to be doing this, but life is not permitting. I got something cool to show you guys on my 8,000th vlog, on my 8,000 sub vlog. Okay, I promise you, people, I will keep going as long as I possibly can. It seems that the Matrix is finding ways to shut me up, and doing a good job of it, because I can't spend any time on YouTube. It's fucking hell to me. But there you go. So we shall forge ahead with the back of our mind thinking Martin Liedtke's trademark, which is fuck 'em, okay, and on we go, okay, because in my mind, see guys, I'm a bit different. I think there's no time to waste. Yeah, pissing in the wind. I just think that we should strike while the iron's hot, okay, and I think we should, you know, forge ahead with the truth, okay. It's a really strange time in the Flat Earth community, you know, people. There's people in the Flat Earth that have known it's flat for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden wake up one morning and have doubts. See, in my mind, I can't think that's possible. You know, once you're flat, you can never go back. Once you know, you know. So that's really confusing, especially when I just done 6 videos proving that the place where you live is coded into our reality. People have sent me dozens of pictures of evidence of this in Persian carpets, in street squares, on everything is the place where we live. So that's really strange, why the flat community is so odd at the moment. So we're going to forge ahead with good, productive Flat Earth British thinking, okay, which is clear thinking. And what we're going to try and do is be positive and win the day. Okay? Win the day. Be behind me, people. Support me here. Let's get this moving. Okay? Now, we're going to look at something really odd in this. So all of it is odd, and all of it is mind-blowing. I've selected a lot. In fact, I've selected 3 loads of stuff 3 times, 4 times, and tried to post over, but something keeps happening. Okay? Can't be done. So I'm going to go with this one. I found probably gold when it comes to mud flood. What's the one thing that we're missing with mud flood? An image, a photograph of it actually there, and in between that period when they're making the buildings good and back digging the mud away from the buildings, etc. Yes, I've got a photo where I've caught that. And now, more than that, I've got a selection of photographic albums sent in. They're absolutely mind-blowing. One thing in particular with them is a serious absence of population plain-wide. South America, Moscow, Berlin, and Sevastopol, which we're going to look into first, because something is very, very, very wrong. Trying to, you know, make sense of what I'm looking at now, guys, knowing what I know, and I can't work it out. There's either 2 parallel timelines running, or we're looking at something that is not when they're telling us, like another set further back. And I'll show you what I mean now and explain what I mean now. Now, the date is the 14th of November 2018, or so they say. That's bullshit. We'll get to that, okay? Please continue to subscribe. Please get my word out before I'm just extinguished, because I'm a rare thing on YouTube, people. And this place is a cesspit. Nobody plays fair. Nothing is fair, ever. Okay? It's always a struggle, always uphill. So, let's win the day. Okay? Let's win the day, people. Okay, like this place is fucked. Can you see it? Well, I'll show you where you're living and what's happening right now in this post. Try and make it clear. Now, what's going to be happening, guys, is we're going to be making a summarization of the greatest story never told, which is going to be basically put out maybe tomorrow or this week. Okay, it's just taking a lot of work, okay, to get these pictures ready. So what it will be is all what we've learned, as in angels and magnets. The 4 angels on the 4 corners are 4 magnets, driving the luminaries of the sun and the moon to one, to the other, and then back to the other magnets, the 2 pyramids that are in the centre of Mount Meru, and they drag it back in, dictating the seasons, and back out again, all on magnetic pull. Now, I'm going to do a nice little video synopsis to explain all of it in one go. Okay, and there's my effort to prove the place where we live. Okay, so I a flat earther, I just posted 6 videos, okay, showing you the places where you live, showing you that it's encoded right the way through your reality. How many globe trolls do you think I had in my comments? No, people, no, I never had any. Why is that, I wonder? Okay, there's been a lot happening on the scene anyway. I've been trying to, in the night, catch up. I want to give a big shout and much love to a Welsh lady, okay, Lisa Davis, who you know, she's in my comments. She's from Abertawe, which is Swansea, which is up the road in South Wales, where I live. And Lisa had 4 generations of her family watching me on YouTube. That's Lisa, a mum, Anne. I'm a fan of yours, Anne. I love you, Anne. But a dad, and a daughter, who I've also met, and her daughter. So 4 generations watching Fly Earth British. Love that, and they're Welsh, which makes me love it even more. So Anne, keep watching, love. You're going to enjoy this. It's a bit weird. We're going to pull the building of the Tower of Babel. You know about that in the Bible, don't you? Well, we're going to firmly place it in the Middle Ages. Do you fancy that? Yeah, no, silly, isn't it? That was the Bronze Age. No, I think there's good evidence, over and over repeated, that these events, this so-called Noah event, was very, very recent. Okay, taking out this civilization known to as Greco-Romano. Okay, and we'll look into it right now. So there, I feel free to subscribe to my channel, guys. Okay, and we're going to get on. So Lisa Davis' mother, much love to you, girl. Thanks for watching. Nice shout for a nice good big channel out there called Life Creations, who made a video, does stunning work, and gave me a really nice comment in the video saying that I blow his mind, and he loves my work, which is awesome. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Right, on with the show. Fuck what goes on in the background and all the bullshit. Excuse my language, this is just me. You know, I'm not putting out like you know, a posh well-made video for basically a purpose, like proving the shape of the earth. This one is more questioning and trying to ask what the hell is going on. This is going to throw you. This is really spooky and weird. No people. And I'm not using confirmation bias, dear people. Right? I've gone through them all. There are ghosts in these photographs, but there's no populace. And all of these cities accumulated, it's tens of millions of people. I must have counted 50 to 100 on all the catalogues put together. How is that even possible? This has blown my mind. I can't work out what's happened. Maybe somebody can enlighten me. What we're looking at here is Sevastopol, the city of Sevastopol, the Black Sea port of the Crimea, annexed by the Russians recently. It's valuable to them. But we had a war in 1855, the British, with Russia, the Crimean War, which I'll elaborate on along the way. we bombard a massive star fort system and an elite city called Sevastopol. This city is a city of elites. The architecture is sublime and it looks like St. Petersburg. It's the business. It's beautiful. So it's destroyed. These photos are 1873. 23 years after the war. It's finished. So for 25 years, nobody is in the city at all, and all of the buildings are derelict. Now, apparently all of these buildings, these Victorian buildings, are built in this time, but you can't find any pictures of these being built, and it has been completed and up and running as a port by 1914 in time for the First World War. And then back up and running as a big city, all up and running, lived in population. 1942, Battle of Barbarossa, the invasion of Germany and Russia, and this place is sieged and they destroy it again. When are they rebuilding it? Take a look at this. The only picture of any repair of the entire city 20 years following the battle, 23 years, is this onion dome. They're not working on the onion dome. They've got a ladder going up and they're replacing something on the Antiquitech device. That is all. And they've even echoed that on a postcard of Sevastopol. So, 20 years after, guys, and everything is overgrown. And there's no population. The place is an empty city. There's no birds, there's no dogs, there's no boats, there's no people. It's completely desolate. I'll show you now. And the streets are all muddied. There's a pavement, there's a sidewalk. The building's not too bad yet, but there's not a soul. 25 years after the occasion. I find that very unusual. How are they rebuilding it in time? And when is it being rebuilt? So this tent are believed to be the photographers. Now, with the Crimean War, there was 2 photographers, first ever apparent war correspondents in history, Robinson and Gardner, 2 Scotsmen. So here's one of them, the photographer's tent. It's the only living thing in the entire of this city. Okay, you see the tent twice. I'm guessing it's the photographers. Check this out. Now, more Antiquitech, destroyed, no population. You will not see a dog, cat, anything, no birds. And it's Greco-Romano. This could be Washington architecture, Antiquitech towers. Everything still wrecked. 25 years after, not a soul has stepped back in the city. Nobody's even cleaned the streets up after the battle. And it seems the Rome is there, or the civilization known as Rome. The Greco-Romano temple inside of another smashed up megalithic, what they call megalithic building, and it's that culture we refer to as Greco-Romano, firmly fixed in the Middle Ages and destroyed. In this case, not destroyed because they never destroyed it, but everything around it is destroyed. So I think a lot of this is to do with getting rid of architecture. I'll explain why now. When we look at I'll show you the plan of what's supposed to have happened according to the official narrative when the British landed at Sevastopol. There's a big question here. This is a brilliant photograph. Brilliant. When the British arrive in the 1850s for the battle, for the Crimean War, the fleet lands in Balaclava, they traipse across the peninsula and they camp on this day at Inkerman. This is Inkerman Pass. And they're up on the hill, can't say if it's exactly there. The British Army look down and the entire Sevastopol is below them. Undefended, and the captain says, "Sir," to Ragland, "it's undefended, the star forts are not manned. This is our moment, let's take it now, sir, we're here with the army." No, Ragland said, "we have to pull back to Inkerman, up here up this pass. We have to set up camp and we have to plan." "Really, sir, but they're there, we could take it now, 10 minutes, job done, we can go back home." No, we have to plan. So they pull back to Inkerman, and that following year 50,000 men die of cholera, typhus, disease of all sorts, and heat stroke and cold from the following year. So this guy was an IOP Freemason, so he's had a meeting in the men's club, and they've said like, no, you can't put him into battle and bring him home so soon. You need to kill a load first, maybe 50,000, and then send him into battle. More died in these decisions than any of the battles. Inkerman Pass, the British funneled through here. The Russians set up a barricade of stones in an old aqueduct. Now it's one path straight through. Yeah. The trees are all still blown up, and stumps from the battle that came through here. But check, all of these caves are full. Mountains are full of caves. Stoned up, you see. Now, can you see something? Can you see her? There. Can you see her? The girl in the Russian dress. You see her? 2 eyes, mouth, nose, hair, top, around the waist. It's even cut straight, people. This is not stone shadow coincidence. That is a carved lady looking over that viaduct. And all the way up this Inkerman Pass is these huge, well, not like walls, but this full of caves, and there's a quarry as well, a famous quarry, which is I've actually vlogged about. So all the way in these cliff faces are huge cave systems, and there's another. Look at this, stairs, sort of thing. Why is that posted about? But there they are in Inkerman Pass. Reset after reset. It's a very significant pass, this Inkerman Pass. So yeah, really telling. There she is. Can you see her? It is, isn't it? Well, let me know in comments what you think, people. If that's what I think it is. It looks like a girl to me. It looks like Mount Rushmore of Inkerman Pass. Anyway, on we go. There's like a page between pictures. So yeah, the entire city is completely empty, but they can, after the battle, collect up cannonballs, put them into piles, and not populate the city and just leave them there for 25 years after. 25 years is quite a considerable time, guys. I was born 25 years after the Second World War. Well, actually 27. I was born in 1967. Exactly the same time period as you see in this from the Crimean War. The whole world changed a lot since 1945 to 1967, people. It's unrecognisable. Why wasn't it occupied? How are they saying that they're building all these buildings in this place in the Victorian era? And why is it the existence of Rome, the civilization called Rome, in Sevastopol in the 1873? And no population, no people. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it, people? Look at this then. Trench system. French. There's the barricades, and there's like a wooden shack on top. Inside of old monument of some sort. The slits are here. And Vida la Emperor for Emperor Napoleon III. So that would be the French trenches. The French were on our side. And we had a really big battle where we had to take 2 positions. The Redan Redoubt, and the French had to take out the Malakoff, 2 different trench, 2 star-fort positions I will show you shortly. Unfortunately, the British didn't take their positions, and the French bloody did. So it was, but the French turned up, right, at Crimea. They had post offices, shops, everything sorted. The British, in comparison, if you went to like a British soldier and said, "Where's the post office?" he'd be like, "What, we got a post office?" You know, the British had no organisation. The French had it all. So, yeah, specific type of architecture. And there was some sort of standoff in there as well. So I've learned. I've done quite a bit about this battle over the years. So, yeah. So, excuse me. Sevastopol is unpopulated and smashed, and nobody's gone back there. As you can see, onion dome. Something shot off it, the Antiquitech, and this strange lighthouse thing, which is a device. And no people, no road, all buildings are shot. Look at this one, people. I hopefully won't keep this a long post. It's going to run an hour tops. Okay. Now, mud flood. There's the argument that the some people say the mud flood didn't happen and the designers put windows this far above mud. But what you're seeing here, really, people, is these windows were the same length for them. They're exactly the same width. Mud floods happened somewhere along the line, not too many years before, and they have put a sill in and plastered them up and called it a sub-basement. But you can see the plaster's all flaking off. It's not the same as the rest of the building. You see? You can see where it's worn there, but not under here. Showing us a later replacement and a later refurbishment after an event, which we're going to show you, and I've captured. And Greco-Romano columns. No pavement, no infrastructure, no populace. 1873. So weird. Again, it's Batman stuff. Beautiful architecture. How did they build it all back up with no people? You know, they need a lot of people for refurbishments. People, it's just not possible. Another Roman style aqueduct, which is the old world, and I believe maglev technology of antiquity is what I believe. We're moving on. Right, so all what will be seen there and more. I'm going to give you a load of maps, medieval manuscripts, the best you can get. I mean it, guys. You're going to just be like, whoa, how did you get this stuff? It's that good. Okay. I have been working tirelessly, people. It's just, like I said, I've been on the post, so... Sevastopol has a giant star fort. There it is there, okay? Let me just run through these a sec. Where is it? Okay, so there it is in 1942, and it is completely shot. There is nothing there. Here is a map, or a bird's eye image, of Sevastopol, and the star fort is on this side of the river. I'll show you now, and this whole thing is in star fort system. Okay, it's quite incredible, and an elitist city. And there's, again, from another vantage point, there's more caves this side. So Inkerman Pass again. Those rocks have been taken away. There's a pyramid. This is 1942. That could be a tank trap. Why would we just be in the one? And Greco-Romano entrance to an old aqueduct. Inkerman Pass and cave systems right the way through. Look. What's that in there? But they took all them stones away. I take it that's before. And that woman, can you see her? Oh, yes, we can. Oh dear, excuse me, people. We can. She's there. I can see her. There. You see her? There. Haha. She's still showing there too. Oh, ace. They got a Mount Rushmore type thing on Inkerman Pass from the old world. This is cool. It's nothing to do with Sevastopol, but it's old Brooklyn. And there's a star fort there on, I think that's Governor's Island, isn't it? Wow. You can mag right up on this as well. It's just incredibly big. Brooklyn is. So anyway, we need to move on because we're looking into Sevastopol. That's New York. The same. Excuse me. So in Sevastopol, as you can see there, there's no populace. The place is ruined. 23 years after the battle of the Crimean War. There it is in 1945, and this all them years later. Okay, all them years later, and buildings have already been built back up and smashed and shattered all over again. As you can see, there's not much existing. Isn't it weird, guys? Isn't it weird? This is the trench system in the Crimea, and this is a British position. It's about Russian Redan. Now let me show you this, guys. This is how it worked. The battle that we never won. But we did win the Battle of the Light Brigade, so I wouldn't worry too much. Check that out, the Siege of Sevastopol. In the Great Expositions, 1888, Toronto. You know Toronto? Well, the exposition got burnt out and Toronto got burnt down. The most brilliant and interesting pyrotechnic scene ever witnessed in the Dominion of Canada. And it's going to depicting or reenacting the battle that I'm just going to tell you about. As you can see, old world ruins under the ground. There's Sevastopol. And there is the Malakoff, which the French got to take out, and the Redan Redoubt, which the British got to take out. I'll show you the plan of it now. And there's a mushroom cloud from an explosion. I wonder what technology they were actually using. So here it is. So the British here, there's our flag, and we got a trench system very much like World War One. And we have to take this fort, which is a star fort. Okay, Redan Redoubt. We fail. We fail. We lose pitiful amounts of men. The pictures are just mind-blowing. The French trench system is, in comparison, you can see Britain, shit. French, awesome. This is how they work it out. They got massive gun emplacements, sorted trench systems, shops, the works. And they took the Malakoff by lunchtime. They waved the flag on the roof while the British were here dying and looking on. Hell, and they took all of them cannons, and the French still took it, according to the official narrative. But as you can see, the city in the background is still practically unaffected. The giant star fort on top, it actually states that it is a star fort. And fortification share, Fort Constantine, which you look at now, the city there, and the entire star fort system, which the British take eventually. At the fall of Sevastopol, there's the Great Redan. The British got to take that. Tower Fort, earthworks, and the Malakoff. It's an incredible thing to know about, which you do know, because I'm just explaining. This is in Yalta, on the Black Sea. In World War II, at the end, the big three, Harry Truman, because FDR's dead by then, and Stalin and Churchill met in this building to discuss the sharing out of Europe after World War II. They used the biggest mortar machine ever invented at the modern era, Thor, to pound Sevastopol to dust. There she is, Thor. Amazing, amazing thing. That's cited on the website as an old fortification in Sevastopol. Builders unknown. Builders unknown. And it's not smashed, it's still there intact. And there's the star fort for Sevastopol. It's across the river, right, guys? Go on Google Earth. I was going to do it, but I didn't want to grind down my OBS, right? But you can... There's housing estates all around here now. There's all buildings, alright? And there's a road here. You can, like, literally drop yourself in there on Google Earth and you can just walk along the side of the wall of the star fort. Check it out yourself. Check the star fort there as well. So, if you're at the star forts, that's an incredible place to look into is Sevastopol. So we're going to move on. I found something mind-blowing. And there's probably more in there, but just haven't had the time. God, I wish I had more time. Been 8 wasted days. Now, we got another load of pictures of another catalogue for Italy. So we got Genoa, Milan, Bologna, and Pisa, etc. And they are absolutely stunning. Okay. And you got Christopher Columbus in the statue of Genoa, which I've seen, and I've been to Genoa. Okay, when I arrived and I went through, like the ship came through, there was a guy, and he was in his little boat in the bay, and he said, Christopher Columbus. I thought to myself, no, what about the Vikings? Even then I knew. So there you are, Christopher Columbus with his naked slave girl, just to show you. And obviously the dome and the Faraday cage up on the roof, which is no device, no shelter, it's a device, it's a device. So the photographs show you exquisite architecture, exterior conduits on a building. So all of these would have been an exterior, an electrical mechanism, I believe. So there's no people. there's shadows of ghosts. You get clocks so you can see the times, and they are at 12:30. 9:15 is the earliest I have seen or captured. I went through that gate there. To there, and it looks bloody the same. Well, more or less. So, if it's going to be slow, I'm going to be dodging it. But basically, I was behind that wall there in my mooring. So, I'm going to give you all of them anyway to look through yourself. But I wanted to show you this incredible picture here first. The height of these on the front of Genoa. Old world. Supported by all world columns, but look, it comes up there as a path you can go through, and then it jets up again onto the road. Still an absence of people and cats going up and down. Should be more than that. Got ghosts 1, 2, 3, 4. But I mean, this should be centre of Genoa. The size of them buildings, there should be lots of people. Look at it. And my ship was up behind this wall, up by there, a bit. So I went nightclubbing on that street by there. Along here. I was ripping along in a taxi, so it's not exactly the same. Anyway, we move on. So I'll give you them. Look through. Every one of them is amazing. You want to see Pisa and Rome and everything. It's crazy stuff. Now, I'll move on because I don't want a biblically long post. This is nuts. This is in Milan, okay, and it is firmly placed in, actually this is Pisa, Compassato Pisa, and it's firmly placed in Babylonia in the Middle Ages. Check this out, guys, it's nuts. And I spotted some really sinister stuff. Okay, so this is on a wall in a church. Okay, don't get a date, but what you do get is the devil in the middle. See this? I mean, he looks like Shiva. Alright, and everyone is being tortured with serpents. And keep an eye on it. See this black thing here? This black, they show up all over. I want to show you some more of them. So everyone is being serpented, guts hanging out, upside down. So are we talking allegory? Are we talking actual parasitical invasion? Is that what's happened, people? Is it been invasion of the body snatchers and we haven't been affected? And everyone's got a parasite, like worms, like Pink Floyd said, living in their brain, dictating to them. Evil shit, and nonsense, and greed, like this. See these black things? They're there as well, and there. And they're everywhere, and I can show you more of them on another depiction. Look, somebody being stabbed with a trident. Look at this guy here then. He's got serpents are on a pole. It goes up his back, out of his mouth, into another mouth. It's still alive, and on it goes. Some ladies running. And then black rods everywhere. They show up all over, I don't know what they are. Oh god, look at that. Tell me that's not fucking weird. So serpents, parasitical life forms, turning up, messing with our psyche. Some really weird things turn up later on, guys. These faces are actually like realistic and looking at you, but later, on a later image in a minute, there's a couple of blokes and they there. It's on you. Look there. Look at these people, right? Middle Ages. Alright, they're all in torment. They're praying. Oh no, oh no. Check the two magi, guys. It's like a photograph. How can that be? Look at him. He's looking right at us. And he is. Why did the artist do that, people? Don't you think that's sinister? Don't have to make you feel weird to know that they're looking at you like that, knowing something. I think that's really weird. Anyway, we move on. So, better times. Can't really tell what's happening, but it's better times because we're having a bit of fruit. And everyone's in Middle Ages, but it's biblical depiction. And the buildings are all Greco-Romano civilization. Okay, Paradiso. Paradiso. So that's paradise, it says there, okay? By there, Paradiso. So that is paradise. It's pucker. So where's that? Hyperion. Now this is trippy. Says it's the Tower of Babel. No doubt on it. Okay. And it's set in the Middle Ages. So Tower of Babel, Middle Ages. What sign is this? What's this mean? It's a definite sign. They're all doing them. He's looking straight at the camera. And he's doing like no sort of thing. Just like Martin Luther or something. It's really weird, these people. He looks concerned. And he's doing a sign to tell us something. Or not. So yeah, it's a cross, but they got the dreadlocks like that sort of Babylonian culture, but this is set in the Middle Ages. And the tower is just a bog standard. They're mixing up normal composition, normal comp. She's carrying the cement on her head. So they got women labourers. And there's your Tower of Babel. And the creator is sort of guiding them as well, by the look of it. And it's made of brick in the Middle Ages, and it's nothing like the biblical depiction. And there's Nebuchadnezzar. Check this one then. Babylonia. Middle Ages. All in Middle Ages clothes, people. Babylonia. Check out the architecture. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. And it's made of brick. And it's not going very high, is it? Just yet. It seems to be very well documented. Look at the stones ready here. All of the medieval people are all looking on in their 14th, 15th century clothes. Maybe a bit earlier. And this civilization, known as Babylon, which has stunning architecture and a very large tree there. And pyramids galore. So that is stunning. And in Pisa. Check that out. So why am I seeing crossovers, countless crossovers of the Bible era being set in a Middle Ages depiction? Is it just in the Bible era? In the Middle Ages they know what all of this architecture looks like, and they know how the Bible era is. Hello Lee, Flat Earth British sub. So we go on. There's some people there. So I'll pass these. Italian towers are crazy. What have they got on there? I don't know, people, what kind of clock that would be. Okay, it's got no arms, no numbers, and it could be going in reverse. So yeah, dig through them. I can't hang around, but look at the bloody quality in these photographs. All Ultra HD. No people. Antiquitech devices. Just check that one a minute. I think that one's in Bologna. They show up. Wow, you get Salzburg too. The effort made in this by monks, soul worshippers. For a church. Two opposing laurel leaves for the two opposing magnetic fields. Roman plaques inside them still existing. The plaques existing on this too. Exterior conduits. Wiring outside of a building instead of inside. So beautiful. Just like all the stuff they're building now. There's a close-up. Oh, it's the Jesuits. Yeah, you were right, guys. It was 10. On my last Jesuit style I showed, yes, 10. How many we got on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 on there. That's a Jesuit star over the church. Society of Christ, very dodgy people. They are the Secret Service for the Vatican, and their oath. I have a copy of the oath if you haven't read it for yourself. They are quite happy to chuck their child against the wall, if so needed, for their masters. They will fuck over their own, if needed, for the greater goal, whatever that may be. Shit. Wow, we're going so backwards. Anyway, it's full of antiquity. Take a look for yourself. We're moving on. I gotta get to the end there, and I don't want this another hour and a half post, because you people are not going to sit here all that long listening to all flat earth British. So this is Berlin, exactly the same scenario. Beautiful architecture. People missing. It is populous, don't get me wrong. Village populous, not for a large metropolitan area. Should be teeming with horses, carts, children playing, birds, city life, you know, guys, the way it is in a city. So you get people, I said that, but like, where's the thoroughfares? It's not early in the morning. I got a couple of clocks with these ones. They are midday photos. You can see by the shadows anyway. So where's all the people? You do get shadows, one or two moving, but no thoroughfare, no cats, no horses, no life. And that's the Brandenburg Gate. Okay, it's Berlin. Stunning architecture, late 1800s, devoid of life again, and it's full of Greco-Romano architecture. That civilization, yes, the old spell mud flood. So they've been inundated, they've gone up. A lot of aerials on this one. Again, nice dome. Where is the populace? You know, that main thoroughfare, you've got a ghost there, you've got a cart there, I'll give you that, and then mud flood buildings, okay? But shouldn't their whole thoroughfare be full of people and carts and stuff? You know, the way it should be for a city of this hundreds of thousands at this period. It's not only Berlin, people, it's all the plain. It's the cities are empty, waiting for the occupants, almost as if it's like Westworld, with their models just built ready. And there's people there, there's a ghost of a boy there, there's one there, two over there, okay? This is the main thoroughfare in the city, it should be teeming with people. There's ghosts, you see the ghosts? So there are people, but there should be traffic, there should be cats. See, ghosts, one ghost there, a couple there, 4 or 5, and a ghost there. People moving. But where's the thoroughfare? Where's the traffic? Where's the, for the centre of a city? It's so weird. Beautiful. So why is there only a couple of people around? Look, guys, it's not just get off this. I'll give you all the links, you won't miss anything. There's plenty more in there. That's Berlin. This one I think maybe Moscow. As I said, I don't want to keep this a really long vlog for you people. Yeah, this is stunning. This is Moscow. And again, oh yeah, these photographic collections, I've got Sevastopol, Moscow, I've got St. Petersburg, and they're all set in winter. Why haven't one of them got any snow? Why is it not snowing in any images of the 1800s? Is it the cameras don't work? Why? Winter in Russia and there's no snow. Check this. Two opposing eagles, magnetic fields. Probably got an orb and a scepter, yes. A lot of leaves to opposing Tauruses. Again, two opposing. Again. Look at all this down below the street level. What's this? On the lamppost? Or is that the bricks behind? No, it's the lamppost. Isn't that weird? Anybody climb up there? Unless it's gathering atmospheric electricity, of course, which they were at this time. So you got two people for a city of that size. Check this out. It's just one dude on a muddy street outside of something that looks like that. Something deeply wrong. I wish I could put my finger on it. Check this out, people. It's the bell of the Kremlin. Who built it? How is it forged? If it was forged, who's lifting it? How can you lift it? How can you bring it back down? What in the hell could break it? Or will bell? Imagine the sound off of that. What frequency was it giving? What could it have done? That's one big bell. Wouldn't you say? So yeah, huge cannon if a man goes in there. Wow. Beautiful, ornate. And look at this. It's not a power station. Yeah, basically. So we got 2 huts of cats outside there, the bell. And up it goes again and again and again and again. And all full of aerials and another aerial sticking up there. All Antiquitech. But no people. No snow and no people. There's a couple on the bridge. One going over to the Kremlin. Power plant. And no boats. No snow. Something definitely deeply wrong with that. If anyone can find any 1800 Russian these photographic journals with snow, let me know, because that's really weird why there's no snow. I think Jon Dee brought it up. So we got the same photographic journals of Venice with some people, but not really. Not really. Beautiful sublime architecture. And when I went here, it was teeming with people. I know it was 100 years ago, but God, people, there's hundreds of thousands in Venice at this period. You should have people. There should be people. You think? So I'll give you that. I don't want to go through too much because it's just too much goodness to show. Okay, all the Rialta and a few ghosts, but no population, no horses, no cats, no people. Okay. Even on this is crazy. How can there be no one here? Look. I thought that was a dude. No, it's not. There's actually literally no one. Dogs, no ducks, no birds. Where's the ducks? Where's the birds? Where's the people? On the Rialto Bridge, man. I've looked through here, guys. There was hundreds on this bridge, literally hundreds. On the bridge alone. And it was all gondolas and I mean, that's weird. And then I found these, which is my mind-blowing best mud flood evidence I think to date. This is France actually, monuments. I'm going to give you that as well. Exactly the same scenario. Outstanding architecture with a serious absence of people right the way through France. And old world architecture. Lyon. But I don't want to piss around. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Okay, now South America is colonial buildings like you wouldn't believe. Okay, they just say old Spanish bridge, so they cited them to the conquistadors or the people after them. The Spanish are building all of these castles and monuments all over South America, which is exceptionally devoid of people. No superstructure, in mud, and the same old antiquity. Again. And the same coding. Again. From the same encoders. Again. A different continent, same buildings, mud flood affected, no population. The same as Europe. How can this be? How can it be? Where's the full effect? Where's the people? Where's the amounts of people at this period? 1880s, centre of the city. There should be somebody should be there, shouldn't there? Or mud flood, or no life. There's a bit of life. There's a cat and a horse. There's another cat, no people. 2 blokes, no people. Same street. And no people. And there's a couple of people at the station. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe half a dozen. So I reckon you could have a good count up on all these Santiago, Chile. And you would count 100 people when you should be getting countless millions. It's just nuts. Anyway, move on. As I said, people, do not despair. I will link everything in the descriptions box below. They are amazing to see anyway. You can mag right up, you see. No, this is the South America one, the other one. It's 2 South Americans. And this one showed this, right? Now I was looking for absence of population and checking the architecture like you do. Now there must be more than this. I've only found this one because I haven't gone right through it. Yeah, but check this out, people. This is amazing. So I thought, oh yeah, wow, look at the building. Okay, municipal. It's got a clock for big massive aerial. Cool. And then I magged up on this kiosk. And there's another large kiosk. Now we believe these to be to do with an atmospheric electricity gathering. They're all over and they don't do anything in particular. Okay. Now my picture just froze up, excuse me. Not now. Excuse me, people. That's the shit. I can't start again. Okay. Why is it doing that? Okay. Sorry, people. I don't mean to waste precious seconds of your day. It's just a bloody nightmare when things go slow when you're trying to present. Okay, now check this out, guys, on the opposite corner. This is nuts. So what you got is all the way down this street is mud and like a cable, alright? And I thought, alright then, it's just muddy and all of that. And then I seen this. The guy with the pith helmet. He's that low. So they've dug out in front of all the buildings, guys. And this is a mud flood, 100%. We found it, we got it. This is it. Look. Pith helmet. And there's another dude there, just a kid, to show you how high this is. Okay? He's looking that way. Yeah? And there's a little retaining wall to hold the mud away. Am I wrong? No? And all of that is a mud flood. Now the pipe is something to do with the mud flood. You can see how high it is here. All the way up the street. This came. Can you concur that, people? That we found one? Yeah. It's incredible, isn't it? That's a find, alright. That's a hell of a find. You're looking for one like that for quite some time. Honest to God, there's a lot in you, people. Just digging into yourself. I gotta move on. There's probably more of them because this town is quite covered. Now, I'm going to show you some stamps. I'm going to get through 2 images of the day, and then I'm going to recap and I'm going to dive. It's 7 o'clock now, and I've lost another day. And it's Wednesday, and I haven't posted since last Friday. When I was on Karen's Sun and Moon group last Friday as well, I did a little talk. You may want to check that out. So what we got here is a flood in Holland, Arnhem. And it's all this area because a dam is broke, a dike. Okay. Yeah. But the encoders, again, you've got the wind blowing in, the 2 angels holding this up above the levee, the dike, and scales and the water. So we're sort of suggesting that it's deliberate, the flood, and not just an act of God. They keep blaming for all sorts of problems in this plane. It's not. Anyway, this is unusual because it's 1897. Apparently it's a stage in an opera, so the stage is apparently that big, and I believe they're using electric lighting because I can't imagine anyone. That's a stage. The orchestra's at the front of the opera, you see. And so the other scenario is somebody's got a table or a ladder and they've gone up and they've lit every candle in the chandeliers individually while the tables weren't there, hoping that they wouldn't go out before the start of the show. There's even trees inside, and it'd be incredibly dangerous inside and on a stage with a wooden floor, etc. Blah blah blah. That's electric. In an opera house in 1798. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. This is another one from the same period, but it's crazy because they show you the building of a theatre. We haven't got photos of, by the way, but look at this. How can that be? They're saying that this is what they're doing. They're using hand pumps to pump water all the way up here. They're evacuating the books from the library down the ladder, get the books out, and they're pumping water all the way up here, all the way down there, to out a fire. And they're even trying to take it from this side because this building's blown up, and it's still blowing up. It's not unusual. How many people are involved in its rescue? And what's with these vaults under there? Why would they have that? Oh, that's the aquifer. They're getting the water out of an underground aquifer underneath the building. A cistern based on the 4 angels. Oh. Was there any need for that, do you think? In this theatre? This Jesuit theatre. Ugh, that's just disgusting to me. But see that? The size of that, guys? Yeah, it's crazy shit. What do they know? And they'd never been up there. This is nuts. Like, the rest of these images are crazy weird, guys, and I'm going to get to the high strangeness at the end, okay? This will not be a hugely long video, I hope. I got to get on. I got so much to get on with. And I've just lost my entire day. I'm spewing about that. And it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the UK. So we got 1793, right? Again, it's the regeneration, but you're going to be shocked at what this picture shows. Shocked. It's nuts. So you got a multitude of people, and they're coming to see, okay, debris. Okay, the fountain of regeneration on the debris of the Bastille. All right, in the August attempt, 1793. Okay, drawn by Monet and engraving by Hellman. 5-year engraving in Paris by Hulk. 4th year of the French. But check this out. So, after the revolution, everything's cushy. You're going to queue up all day because you want to go to this dude who's giving water out of his tits. So I'll say that again. This dude giving milk or water out of his jugs. It's a bit odd, isn't it? I don't know what to make of that. It gets stranger. I'll show you now. It gets stranger. So if you want to join the Freemasons, okay, you've got to apparently blow smoke up their ass, or the other way around. Oh no, I will show you now. No, really. The celebrated doctor. I can imagine you all laughing at this one now. It is funny. A celebrated doctor and his assistant making necessary preparations for admission into the ancient order of Egyptian Freemasonry, and this is what is entailed. Okay, so whenever somebody says to you, just blowing smoke up his ass, apparently it's a reality. There you are. He's like, so it's like a colonic irrigation of the day. I don't even know. But smoke, why is that? Is it like, do you get shit faced? What's going on? Yeah, I know. So, blowing smoke up the ass. Bit strange, eh? And again, catching the light from the all-seeing eye. Okay, this lady in alchemical coding, 1700s again. And she's gathering the light and she's pouring water out onto the serpents, then parasites again, or is it an analogy for a magnetic field? And she's getting a light from this weapon and it's beaming down onto them. I don't even think that's water. It's weird, isn't it? And we move on. Maybe somebody can know more of what that means. Come on. Sorry to waste your time. This is quite interesting. What it says is the cards are not Richelieu. He's got a shovel in his hand and a pair of pliers in the other to remove a caterpillar placed on the fleur-de-lis. Obviously allegorical. But what is he? Analogous 4. Now he's got the 5-pointed Maltese cross on his Jesuit cloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 for each angel for the place where we live. And he's got an upside down dove going into the North Pole hole, where you get electrified light, which is laser light, which is the Northern Lights. Okay, so he's got the place where we live on his neck. So that's apparently fleur-de-lis when it looks like a sunflower. And he's got pliers and he's taken off a caterpillar. So the lion is allegory for what? It's chained to the eagle with his wings open, for the magnetic field is active. Very telling. Very telling. And 1 billion people support them. 1 billion people. So this is a Middle Ages book. It's beautiful. It's hand painted, and it shows the creator above the dome, and all of this beautiful intertwining toruses. So the creator's above the dome, and he has a set square because he has the dimensions. It's above the dome. So I believe this is probably Adam and Eve. That's separated into 4. The disc behind his head, 2 angels opposing winged angels, opposing magnetic fields. They open the cape, and there's a man and there's a woman inside. So are they Adam and Eve? It says there, Flavius Joseph. Can't get any more information than that. So a man and a woman. And for Middle Ages guys, you know, they usually got like men they're like that. So for the Middle Ages, that's nuts. And they're inside a medieval fort with rivers running out of it. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are they in paradise? Are they in the Hyperborean? Paradise. Fleur-de-lis underneath. Whoa! Check that out! I nearly missed that. 2 poison toroidals, obviously. And you got them hairy men, they're back. Wow. Glad I never missed them. They're everywhere. They seem alright, don't they? The hairy men do too. So yeah, you'll be having that Middle Ages depictions. There's a book full of them, and they are crazy good, but time. I'll also link a load of maps up, Middle Ages maps for you to go to. I know a few of you have been going through maps. Well, I got the best. I'm looking for somewhere to stick all of my stuff. Somebody said I would love to look at all your pictures. Now I've put a load on my Google Drive, but I don't actually know if it's good to link my Google Drive into my descriptions box for you to all take a look at. I could put loads more on there. Let me know, people. You know, there's nowhere I can find this shit out. I've got no one to ask. So I would love to share all these books. I got all Flat Earth books, maybe, I don't know, a few hundred from antiquity as well. And thousands of books, catalogues of atlases, and I've had no chance to go through them all, people. I've no time like that. So this is another book of mansions, furnishings in the Middle Era, and what you do get in 1599, they say, but that's not a 1, so it's a 5. 599 is what looks to be atmospheric fireplaces or alternative energy fireplaces. How is it that they're not connected? But they do. They go into the back, into the wall, into a half through a plate. They're nothing to do with fire, and that does not stop fire spitting out into the room, does it? They look nice, but they're not practical. There's no practical application for them in the fireplace. Do you see? So yeah, it's a load of furnishings for English mansions and the like. And now I know a couple of my subs would truly love to go through these, but more time is needed, isn't it? I need 5-hour vlogs. Who's gonna watch it? We're going backwards, people. And there's this locking device that's always on the surrounds. Wow, just look at it. Technasma gone crazy on that. Very confused, but beautiful. We move on, and I'm almost there. Whee! Now, this is nuts. Obelisk raised to the glory of the revolution and discovered in 1830 in the middle of happy Arabia by a caravan of doctoring grocers. Doctoring grocers. Okay, check this out. So what you're looking at is an obelisk of a happy pair. A happy pair. And they're cleaning it off, because apparently... Is that a gun? You know, why would there be a gun in a glyph? And there's windmills. And they're kneeling down. There's gold in a thing, in a hat. They're dusting it off, and it's a smiling stone pair with the devil on the top. That's what they're hitting the floor about. I wonder if that's why Neil deGrasse Tyson mentioned the pair. Why are they all hitting the floor? I don't know how to find them. Devil on top of a pair in 1830. Wow. Right, guys, images of the day, and I'm going to shout out, okay? I'll leave links for all the dudes, all the guys, in the descriptions box, as I always do, okay? And links for anybody who wants to help Flat Earth British out. I'm in deep fucking shit. I'm not doing this deliberate, people. It's just, I'm trying my best, but like, I'm not getting the breaks. For some reason. God wants me to do this. I'm sure that I'm to do it. If God does not want me to do it, then I'm sure that I will not be doing it, okay? Like I said, guys, I'm not doing this for fucking benefit of myself. I'm doing it because I want to give humanity a gift while I'm still here, alright? If that makes any sense. So, I've been looking into this craziness here. Grand Rapids got passed to me by a sub of mine called Anthony Metcalf, and he said he's from that town, and it's basically been demolished and left empty. These mud flooders, I'll show you in a minute. Now I'm just going to show you some high craziness, high strangeness, images of the day. Did they exist? Now, if they existed, cryptids existed in the medieval era. I'll talk about that now. Fibonacci in an owl and in a butterfly. Salvador Dali's mimicking of nature. So HMS Ophelia turns up over a mosque in Cairo. I've got 4 photographs of Ophelia, and if it doesn't exist, what is it doing there? If it's steampunk literally hacking and putting these into old images, why? I think it's a psyop. I think they're trying to confuse and muddy the waters so we don't know old world technology. Why do you think we're not all in balloons, people? Why do you think they got rid of the Hindenburg? Apart from it just like caused big problems to the globe. You can't have a balloon floating across the Atlantic coming to America when it's going against the apparent spinning, going eastwards apparently 1,000 miles an hour, and then you got this balloon gently against that floating across the Atlantic Ocean to America. They had to get rid of that transport, people. They had to. But more, they just got rid of it because it was the old world's way of getting around. It was balloons. As you know, I got a thing about balloons. This is the laying of Paris underground, and I believe that is just being dug out. There's already rubble in there, and it's shit concrete old. This too is old, not new, old. They are digging it out, not digging it for the first time. That's not how it works, people. You work in a clean area, that would be empty if you lay in a tunnel, not full of rubbish. So what we got here? An avatar of Matsei, Vishnu. Okay, who's a mermaid. It's got a sort of club thing. And a floating, multi-headed dude, which you get a lot of in antiquity, and a devil's head in the water, which she looks like she might have severed. And she's also, or he is, a bit difficult, Statue of Liberty. Who knew? And a woolly underpantsed giant in antiquity, but he's got a serpent in his hand. And he's a jester. And jesters in the Middle Era are the most intelligent of people. So why are they sticking flat earth maps in the middle of American airport if it's not true and not accurate? That even looks accurate. I was looking at it last night, the way they got America swung wrong here, composed to Africa, the tiny Greenland, and Australia looks proper. This is not bad. Asia looks maybe a bit small, but it may be accurate. So that's St. John's. If anyone wants to pick up the baton and research St. John's and its events, that would be jolly epic. Jolly epic indeed. So let me just get through to the Middle Ages a second. Something I picked up upon. So look at Washington, guys. Capitol Hill. Viaducts. Look at that. One built on the other. Built on the other. So what I reckon happened here is this was active at one stage, maybe for maglev trains, and then it mud flooded this high, and then he built another bridge across the gorge, and then again, because there's no reason to build three high in different brickworks, different times. Makes no sense. None. Zero. Zip. So let's move on. I wanted to show you this highly unusual thought, but this first. Which came first, the Colosseum or the Star Fort? I don't think Colosseums are what we think they tell us they are. I've talked about that on my vlogs. If they are used today for energy harvesting, they could well be, but that is a full-size Colosseum and it's inside, and it seems to be positioned inside a Star Fort. Which came first? And what is it doing there? Is there a landing pad for discs? Transport? Yeah, I know, it's crazy stuff, man. These little parasitical beings, they're all over antiquity. They keep flying in, fucking up the day. They do. They do. So, let me just find their Middle Ages depictions and I'm going to check out, because you probably run by now. So, excuse me. Yeah, they're down by here. Okay, I'll just flip through these. If it takes another 2 minutes, I'm sure you're not going to mind. So, again, old world architecture, and it's all sunk in mud. And it is in mud, as you can see. This is pavement, but this is mud flow. And it's carried all the monuments. Okay? All the stones. Would you disagree? Don't know. Old world. Don't know what it is. But they look like tower blocks of the modern day. If you can see that. Apparently, old world. Apparently. It's crazy stuff, people. So, again, these angel beings turn up with the wings. They stroll down the street. Everything burns in flames and everyone dies. And that's I think that's Solomon the Great, and he is a Jesuit player because he has the arrangement of alchemical symbols, the drum, and probably got a fash there, and the knight dude as well, without any head or any body, which we can see a lot of. That's the cover, Russian cover to Paradise Lost, which is a story about basically the North Pole civilization, and it's got two toroidals facing in. It's got that there, which is a pineal gland. Everything in there is related to the place where we live. Dozens of people have sent me these. literally dozens, maybe 20, 30 people maybe have sent me different stuff they've seen in their rugs, their patterns on their Persian carpets, double vortexes. And you got here again, you've got technasma waves, you got that in the middle. Okay, you got the tower, you got the technasma waves emanating out, which is the lotus flower, it's the double torus field, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 angels, one on each corner in a piazza in Italy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I knew that anyway. 10, 2 magnets each angel, 2 in the middle, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The whole place where we live in one picture. Anybody remember? Well, you probably don't actually, because the way like Big Brother State works is like one generation, everyone forgets. They just bring the old films back out again and the old information for the new generation who don't know shit about the past. This was in the 1980s. Insanity made up by Ronald Reagan, and he had a ray gun. There's no accident. Ronald Reagan is named Ronald Reagan because he invented a ray gun. No, he never. This is kind of apparently the rod from God, and the idea is they were going to have something that's a double of a fasces up in make-believe space, and it drops this item, which is a just metal rod, no explosives. And when it falls from up there, when it hits the ground, apparently it makes more energy, kinetic energy, than any nuclear blast on Earth. This is apparently the Armageddon weapon, which is a rod from God, and it's a double of the fasces, binded pipes. So if you didn't know, yeah, they made that up, but it never arrived. The same as our space elevators, our space hotel, and our space holidays. They were all supposed to be in here by the 80s, which never arrived, by the way. So yeah, more 1800s electricity. There's a pyramid, and it seems to have some sort of structure around it, which looks like an atom, and electrical arcing coming off it. That is supposed to be a design for the Louvre. You'll never get pictures of it being built, obviously, because of its time period, but it's on top of other pictures. I'm wondering if that's a key or a clue. For the Louvre, you'd think that it would have original blueprints. Remember I posted about this? There's a mausoleum in Russia for pyramid. These are in America, and they're silos for nuclear bombs, don't you know? Yeah, they use pyramids for silos for Minuteman missiles. Last couple of images, and we're going to be diving off. So, the same old thing. All falling from the god dude in the sky, and there's all demons and evil things falling from this dude in the sky, who's got tech, and little devil dudes behind him. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's... Look at them blue horrible things. So they're giving God by oppressing the religion, really, as a whole. Let's check this giant queen out a minute. Last image of the day. Sorry, it's a bit blurred. I've got the original image, it's up by here. I can give you a link to you. So she's a giant, and everyone below her is chained together. Okay, unfortunately it's not that clear, but I am going to give you the link. They have giant monks. Everyone else is small. 2 opposing angels, 2 opposing magnetic fields. So they're showing you that she has the power. Okay. It's incredibly encoded, but I have the original for you. It's linked. Okay, she's a giant queen. And she has tech. Not sure, it's just an old photograph from World War I, but let's have a look at the world leaders of the World War I. 1817, and that's supposed to be the banner of St. Stephen. Not much to see, it's better on the original. You can go right up and mag up on these people's eyes. Really couldn't say, but it's 2 cannons in an antiquitech. Were they really around at this period? Very, very unusual. What are these spiky things sort of floating people? So much we don't know about our past. Our heritage has been robbed from us. What are they? What are they in the background? Really couldn't say, but that is French, and it's apparently I don't know, but I'm going to give you the link anyway, so don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. So, what about that, people? It's a hobbit in a cave. What's he doing there? What's he eating? What's this? What's the markings? There's a lot of hobbits back in the old days. You know, people who lived in caves and stuff. Not so much nowadays. Right. Ooh, excuse me. Let's get that off. That don't come up. So what we got is this is a book of Captain Kirk I've got to give you, and this angel's giving controllers models of buildings. Again, architecture, the worship of architecture. Again. It's just, is this stuff actually existing? And what about her? Again, with that laser light. That's apparently a Mercator's map of Denmark. Not really looking like Denmark. No, the helmets and the hats of the Middle Ages people. Were women wearing these helmets or these hats that go like that, which I'll show you now, were they hiding horns? Is this an actual hat because the person who's wearing it actually has horns? And what about the spectacles? How are the spectacles around in the medieval era when they're not invented? Eh? So why this crazy style? Is she hiding something in there? She looks a bit weird on the head, don't she? A bit bulbous. Are they hiding horns? So, yeah, curl up all the intestines, get him on there and barbecue him. He's still alive by the look of it. He's being impaled. More impaling. He's being buried alive. And babies. Impaling babies. So, the wonderful times in the past. And bring out your dead, chuck them in a hole. That's apparently a painting from the Middle Ages. There's something wrong with it, people. I can't see it being an oil painting. What about this? Crazy headwear. So they've all got tech. So they're all like actually stuff to do with academia, isn't it? She's got music. She's got that. She's got set square. So they're doing different things, but they all got nutty hats on. So why is it up there? Is she hiding something? Is she hiding something? What about that one? Is he hiding something? I think he's hiding his... Well, he's not so much hiding his sexuality, is he? He's a dandy. What about that? Is his hair? What about her? Is she hiding? That woman's like, she's got glasses. When did the glasses come out, people? I'll have to look into that. Heyday in this daughter and... Oh, excuse me. This is a crazy depiction. I think it might be Bosch. Don't think so. I'm not so sure. But it shows survivor times. So imagine Bartertown after Armageddon, after events, and this is what you get here. These things where they hang people's heads on. Very much like Bosch. These things below my head. So, incredibly sinister picture. The windmill on top. So, owl, wings open, and two witches flying on a broomstick. And again, unusual head gear. So, what's with this? Does it actually do something? Is he a tinfoil yacht of the day? What about these people? It's like the Nuremberger shot. They're playing with electrical arcing devices. These wheels turn up all over antiquity. They're not flying Catherine wheels or fireworks. They're something else. And I believe these men got like Faraday cage suits on. And they're playing with like orbs of electric. They're not getting electrocuted and they're not fireworks per se. Some of them are, but they're not. If you look into Nuremberger, you will see that they're using electrical techniques. So, UFO witnessed here in this picture, and everyone's hitting the floor in the 1800s. And I've seen plenty myself, don't worry about that. And there it is again. Everyone wait for it to come over. And a visitation from across, from a controller tech, which is thought to be religious. Check this out, people. Now imagine seeing this. It's the phenomenon known as trums, water trums. And that one has actually hit a ship. Wow. And there's that unusual, sneaky devil one. Okay, very unusual. And Pan. In 1569, this guy's got a pope hat on. He's in rags. And he's being played music by a guy who lives in Pan's chest. Again. What's with the cryptids? Is everything allegorical? Oh. And the sound is making the buildings in the background disappear. Excuse me. I've got close-ups of this. It's things like dragons, and I think it's all entertainment. I don't think they're real. I gotta go. Albino elephant. Have you ever? Well, apparently, it's a historical fact. It really existed, as did high speed. My mail just opened, so I have to go. High speed. Sail carting things for the beach in the Middle Ages. It's nuts. So what else we got? We got so much for you people. Anyway, I gotta get going. Time's getting on. Whoa, hang on a minute. You can see all this anyway. It's in that booklet I give you. All of these pictures are. Okay, and these are Middle Ages depictions which firmly places the Bible. And it's the story of Esther. And it's all set in the... See Esther? It's all set in this Greco-Romano theme with the wobbly arches, but it's all in the Middle Ages. Again. I know it's made in the Middle Ages, but it can't be like set in the Middle Ages. It can't be happening then, can it? So, I'll link you that as well. Oh god, I got so much. I wish I could share it all with you, but no time, no time. I'm just going to have to make more time to do more posts, and that is it. Okay? That is a definite. I've got to sort that out. Peace and love to you people. I'm going to quick recap. What we've been looking at is Sevastopol. Found a collection of photographs. The city's not lived in 25 years after the battle. And then they say it's been rebuilt and destroyed again by the First World War. And then again rebuilt and destroyed by the Second World War. And I can't work out how it's happened and how it's done. Also, other, probably the best mud flood evidence that I've seen so far. Found in a city in South America. Okay, that has been Flat Earth British and other stamps and pictures of the day. Okay, I hope that's not really long. I'm going to upload this now and this will be up later. It is up at 7 UK time. I've talked for an hour and a half. I'm so sorry. If you need me, martinliedtke7@gmail.com. If you want to support Flat Earth British, there'll be links in this descriptions box. I would be eternally grateful. I mean that. So peace and love. God bless.